PC prices have now launched on fluctuations.co.uk. You guys asked for them, we have given them to you. Over 660 PC prices for special cards, gold cards, all that sort of stuff over on fluctuations.co.uk. A tier 1 subscription which includes silvers, icons and special cards for Xbox and PS is £10 a month. And a tier 2 subscription is live filters. We have the buying and selling prices for nearly 1,300 special cards, 300 icons and every single profitable silver card filter on this game. For tier 2 you also get access to the live filters feature, which is one of our most popular, and My Trade Storage, which is a custom built storage platform for you guys to store the trades you've made and see your profit in real time. So check out fluctuations.co.uk, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing down below, clicking the like button, all that good stuff. It's massively appreciated. As always, if you want to watch me do any of this stuff live, click the link down below, come over to Twitch. It's where I live stream all the time, usually 5-6 days a week. So make sure you hit that up. But this video is getting back to the roots of the channel a little bit more. We're fully aware, both Dan and I, obviously with the website, that not everyone can afford to sub to the website. But at the moment, there's a lot of content on the game, and being able to make coins is massively important if you want to get involved in the content making, basically. So if you want to go and do an SBC, if you want to get one of the packs done for the day, a lot of the time you need coins, and EA are really trying to drive people over to buying packs because fodder's so high. A lot of stuff it's good, sort of like, it's good content, and standardly the rating requirements of teams are good at the moment. However, because of the way that fodder's inflated, it's actually a lot more expensive than you think it's going to be when you look at it. So with that in mind, I've been talking to website subs and I've been trading myself. Josh, thank you for the bits. I've been talking to them about trading, and at the moment there are the three ways we always trade with, which are icons, silvers and specials. But really at the moment, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, special cards are a sensational way to trade, and they're making people a lot of coins. We had Luke, one of my mods on my Discord, sort of did him all of last week. I think he made about 5 million coins in the end. So I want to go over how you trade with special cards and what we're looking for and what we're looking at, to give you guys an idea of how to make coins in that sense. Also sort of the pitfalls and the things to think about when you're buying them, but also when you're selling them as well, so you're not panicking and making losses all the time. Now, first thing to talk about when it comes to any sort of trading, and it's massively important, is you will not make profit on everything you buy. It just doesn't work like that. Most things you will. If you've got the website, you will probably, because I'll be saying probably you will, because we want the market, we do that. When you're first starting getting involved in this and you're looking at the market going up and down, you're going to make losses in certain cards, especially if you're new to it. But it's about making profit from more than you make losses from, if that makes sense. So let's say, for example, you go out and buy 20 special cards. You want to make profit from at least 15 of them. And if 5 of them give you sort of your money back, or you make a small loss because something happens on the game that drops that down, that's fine. You can't control the market, I can't control the market, and that's just the way it goes. That's how it goes. If you think you're going to win every time you trade, it's not for you. And if you're not able to take a loss, then it's not for you. I've lost over 1 million coins on an icon earlier this year on Maldini. I've lost 1 million coins because all of investment at one point. It happens to all of us. We all do it. Anyone that says it doesn't happen to is a liar. But when we talk about trading with special cards, we're not talking about buying them when they're low and high, just standardly like that. It isn't that simplistic. What we're doing, and I talked about it before, is we're buying special cards with chem styles attached to them already that have a value. Now, the two chem styles in this game that have the biggest value, we'll look at them right now, are... Yo, James, thank you for the bits. I appreciate you, bro. I am recording this live on Twitch as we do this, people, so they can see this as well. The two chem styles that always have the most value and always will have the most value in this game are Shadow and Hunter. Now, Shadows at the moment, they're down compared to where they used to be, but about 10,000 coins. I think they're a little bit more than that, in all honesty. I think that's just one of them. I mean, someone wants to buy that Shadow, you'll make a profit on it. Depending on where they're at, obviously. 12,000. I mean, there's two 10,000s there. You can list them up for 11.5. A massive profit, B make profit from it. They're about 12,000 coins though outside of those two there. Hunters are a lot less. As I say that, they're not. Well, they are. They're 3,000 coins less. They're about 9k, okay? And so some people don't understand that when you buy a card or sell a card with those attached to them, they have a value. Now, that's not always the case later in the game in terms of certain cards. Like, if you've got a striker with 99 pace, did he really need a hunter on him? Probably not. So you have to be mindful of that. Some cards won't hold that value in that sense. But as a general rule, they have value. Hunters and Shadows have a lot more value, and people don't realise that. And they list those cards up with those on them at normal prices. And by normal prices, I mean the value of that card. So let's say, for example, Dybala's 89 card. is going for 60k, they'll list it for 60k with the hunter on it, not realising that the hunter has value, and realistically you can sell that card for maybe 10k more than you're listing it up for. So, let's start by thinking about how we find these cards. Now, my favourite filter in terms of finding these cards in this game is, let's go special, let's go shadow. I'll set my filter to 15 here. So 15 min price, max price 35. And then we go to 15 million there and you want to search. And this is going to bring up loads of cards for you. Loads and loads and loads. And what you want to do is you want to flick through. I go to about 45, 50 minutes in. But just don't think that because it's been on there for half an hour, it's not a good deal. A lot of times you will find very good deals on here that have been sat there for a while. Now, there's a reason why I'm showing this on Monday, because the market on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday tends to be when it's at its lowest. Sometimes you get an anomaly and Wednesday it goes down a little bit more. But this is when you're at the lowest risk to buy your cards. So you want to look to buy these cards Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and sell them overnight. But we'll explain about selling in a minute. We're going to talk about picking up to start with. But so these days, I'm going to call this Sunday night. This is when you're going to make most of the profit on your cards. Always, without doubt. Because you're buying them at the lowest and you're going to wait for them to climb. So let's quickly go up and up and up. We're going to get to the 45th minute. And then what you're going to do, for me, I'll go to the website and I'll see the price of these players. I will just type in their name and do it. For you guys, that's not possible. So we're going to head over to Discord. Now we're going to look straight away. There's a Hernandez there for 36k. So we're going to go, not Discord, we're going to go to Footbin even. Hernandez. And we're going to look at Theo Hernandez, for example. So it is his 84 card. Let's see if we can find it. It is there. I'm going to get an idea of his price. And I'm also going to have a look at his graph. Just to get an idea. So Theo Hernandez's price, his realistic price is 25k. So the person who's listed that Hernandez has listed him with the shadow card in mind. He's listed with the shadow card in mind. We're also, while we're here, just do a bit of research ourselves. Let's get an idea of what they sell for normally. So looking at 19,000, he's been at 23. He's climbed a little bit over Sunday. Into weekend league, he was at 23. So realistically, this guy's price in my, if I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, right, he's anywhere from about 20 to 23k is my sort of sell price on him. Now, he got low Friday evening. He got quite low before coming back up again. Again, there's going to be things happen on the game, anomalies. So if you get a left back on the game, for example, in Mendy, it might drop the price of left backs. If you get a centre mid for objectives, it's going to drop the price of centre mids. It's something to be mindful of. But this is essentially what we're doing. Now, what are you looking for though? You're looking for this price here, whatever console you're on, and you're looking for the card with the chem style on it to be within about 1,000 coins of these cards here. So let's say you see a Hernandez for 25, 26k with shadow on it, that would be a buy. Because you know full well that he sells for 25 without a shadow, so that shadow has a value. You can sell him for about, in my opinion, looking at sort of 33 to 35 roughly, give or take. Be mindful though. One important thing about Footbin and TOTW'S is check when the prices were last updated. TOTW'S can sometimes be a bit more accurate than Footbin for this. So have a look at this sort of thing here and look at the prices that the price and how often it was what we're looking for here. Updated, essentially like that. When you've got the most recent price on it, just be mindful of that there. But we're gonna go look through now. I'll do it live on stream, but I'm gonna be picking up cards and showing you what I bought to give an idea. But I'll have a little look at Gundogan on Footbin, get him up, check what price he's at the moment. Sanson as well. So Gundogan, his 86 is about 17k give or take. But don't ever feel like skipping out cards. Get to learn prices. The more you get to know, the better it is. Like, just keep an idea of what you're looking at. So this Sanson, for example, I know it's not a good deal, but I'm gonna check and say, okay, cool. He's normally selling for pretty much this guard price. At 16k is not good. Kera there. Let's have a look at what Kera sells for these days. We'll have a little look. All the people in my chat like, hi. So, if we go to this now. Kera there for 25. It was updated 2 hours ago at 24 on the on Footbin. So that says to me, that's not a bad deal. What we are going to do though is going to just check his price. So, I'm not going to rely upon Footbin. I'm going to compare price on him. I'm going to go through and see what he's at the moment. There's a 24. So 24 with shadow on him there, which is quite a good deal. It's a better deal than 25. And by doing this, you might pick up an even better deal than you thought you were going to pick up. So you see a 25 and think it's a good deal. And suddenly, no, you see one for 24 and it's a much better deal. So, I'm going to pick up the 24. This one. And I'll pick up the other 24, wherever that one is. I know that's roughly his price without a shadow on him. So, you might be thinking, hang on, but they've sat there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is. That one sat there for 50 minutes. You think, well, that's not a good deal. And but this is when we talk about fluctuations. With cards on this game, they go up and they go down. A general rule for you is that overnight cards are at their highest. And the reason for that, as the guy who taught me all this comes in, Dan, is because we don't really have supply at night time. People are off the game, Europe's off the game, America goes off the game. We don't have as many people on the game, absolutely putting cards on and off the market and whatnot. So let's say the carer that's on there for 25 gets taken off, the next one's 26. That one gets taken off, the next one's 27, and he climbs in price overnight. It always happens that way. So you're looking to pick up your cards the same way I've just done it there. If you haven't got the website, you're looking to pick them up at anywhere, in my opinion, between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. That's when I think the market's best. Like, that's where I think it's the best time to be. Reason being, more people on the game, cards tend to come down in price, people undercut each other, you can pick up better deals. But that's where you're looking to buy those cards. Then you're looking to sell them overnight. Now, let's talk about selling these cards now. So I've given you the sort of hows and whens and why, but let's talk about selling. When we're talking about selling these cards, if you are on the game, list them every hour. Just put them on there for every hour so you can see what the market's doing as they're going up and down. It gives you an idea. So with these carriers, for example, I'm looking at 24 right now. I'm going to list for like 31 overnight, I think. That's what will give me my play. I'm going to list them up now for an hour because why not? I'm on the game. There's no point not listing cards up. You may as well always list your cards because if they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. It's not the end of the world. But it's sort of like having money but doing nothing with it, if that makes sense. When you come off this game, list them for 12 hours. Every single night without fail, list them for 12 hours. If you come off this game at 10 p.m, list them for 12 hours. If you come off at 1 p.m, list them for 12 hours. Always have them listed. I mean, if you're going to come back on again, if you're going to come back on again at like 7 or 6, 7 or 8, you can go at like 6 hours. But I go with 12 hours. That's my way of doing it. That's what I do. And then you wait for them to sell. So, that's how we buy them. That's how we sell them. Now, we'll talk about what not to panic about because a lot of people panic, okay? First thing to think about with specials is, if you don't sell them straight away, it does not matter. You're not going to sell them all straight away. It's completely fine. But why does it not matter? Let's not just tell you it doesn't matter. We'll tell you why it doesn't matter. Because you are buying these cards at their low point in the market. Saturday, ignore me Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, these cards are cheapest usually. That's when they're usually cheapest. Sometimes you see a low on Wednesday as well. But as a hard and fast rule, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the market is at its lowest. It usually rises a little bit into Wednesday, and it rises then into Thursday rewards. Coin supply comes onto the game. People get coins from their rewards, and they buy their teams. Cards get bought off the market. Prices climb. They tend to climb into Friday. Friday morning, we usually see a little lull. We always sort of do that a little bit. And then going on to Saturday, for me, it's when I see the market tends to be at its highest. Friday night into Saturday, that's when you can get a lot of sales. So if you buy these cards today, which you're going to see videos on a Monday, and you don't sell them on Tuesday, it ain't that deep. It's fine. Don't panic. The only caveat I'm going to give you this week is I don't think you should hold these cards beyond, realistically, Wednesday would be when I'd be trying to get them sold. Even if it means you're taking slightly less profit, I get them sold because we're getting a second batch of these re-release players. And what happened to the first batch is the market crashed. So you want to be mindful of that. Whatever you do, be mindful of that. And try and, if you buy on Monday, try and have them sold by Wednesday. But as a hard and fast rule, once that batch drops, don't stress. You've got the whole of Weekend League to get these cards sold, so be mindful of that. But another big thing to think about now is that batch coming on Wednesday. We're going to get a massive batch of cards coming out, and let me just quickly show you an example of this. And it usually tends to plummet the market. The market drops off quite heavily because we get a lot of supply of a lot of cards. And the cards that are usually going to be affected are the ones that have just had supply recently within the sort of like, let's say, for example, in this we had Shapeshifters. The Shapeshifter cards tend to be the ones that got affected. But every single card tends to take a drop. They just do. But I was going to show you an example of this. Let's get an example up. So, I want to give you an example. The best example I can give you. Let's go with this one. Yeah. So, this is Mr. Juan Jesus, okay? Mr. Juan Jesus. I picked him up. So we were looking at cards, and I was going to build my Road to Glory team. At the moment, he's 35k, but realistically, he's probably a little bit closer to 38. I picked him up with shadows on him for 25k on my Road to Glory. You guys saw that on my Road to Glory. Because when this promo dropped, come Wednesday, he absolutely crashed in price. Now, it says 30k here. That's his average price. He did not get down to 30k. He got down far below that. I think the lowest I saw at one point was 24 without a shadow on him. On Wednesday, there's a chance we see quite a few of these cards, all the sort of special cards, drop in value. Now, if those cards drop in value, and they sort of heavily drop in value over time, buy into them. But specifically buy into them with chemtrails on them. So if you've got a shadow card on them, or a hunter card on them, buy into those sort of cards. So let's say, for example, we talk about one Jesus again. Let's say this card gets down again, down to 20k or whatever, with shadow on him. Or 20k with shadow on him. Buy that card. Because you know full well it's going to bounce back once the panic ends and people buy into Weekend League, he's going to climb again. But again, people panic sell these cards, not allowing for the shadow. So shadows get undercut, and they come down quite heavily. They come down quite significantly. So it's something to be mindful of with these sort of cards. You then pick them up en masse, you list them back again when the panic's over. It's really simplistic, it's not hard, and you can make a lot of coins by it. Again, if you're not sure about the average price, look at the hourly graphs for the last few days, keep an eye on it. It's been 40, sort of 35. Weekend League got a high of sort of 42, down to 32, back to 38 again. Average it out, give yourself a rough price on him, and like someone like this one, Jesus, you're looking at 38 odd, I reckon, is the price he is at the moment. So it's just be mindful of that. And then the final caveat we've got to make even more coins is when these cards go out of packs, they tend to see a rise. So you see, once these batch 2 players that have been, right now, you've got a lot of batch 1 players that are in packs and being packed left, right, and centre. And so a lot of them are very, very low. The moment they are out of packs, they will pick up in price. It happens with every single one of them. If you see discard cards like Samsons and things like that with the headliners, or Informs especially, Informs will do really well here. If you've got 86s that are down at 12, 13k, buy them. The moment that they come out of packs, they will climb again. They always do rise again because you're not going to get supply of them. They'll get taken off the market. They can become rarer. You make even more coins. But that's explaining how to trade with special cards. What I'm going to go away and do now is buy some special cards. We're doing it from 6 PM live on stream. Once I've done that, I'm going to show you what I bought, show you what we sell overnight. We're not going to sell everything we buy. We'll sell hopefully a good chunk of them. But to give you an idea of what we're buying, how we're buying it, and to show you guys that I am buying these cards as well. So I will be right back once that's done. We're going to do it now. I'll see you soon. Alright guys, so we'll give you a run through of what we picked up on stream. Essentially, with that literally, space if I don't know what it was, about 20 minutes on the website. Now obviously I don't use Footbin because I don't need to use Footbin. I have the website and that's what it's for. I use what I bring up myself. But we'll leave you an idea of some of the cards we picked up. So Ibrahimovic, we picked up for 122. Now I'm going to show you quickly his current price. Now, he keeps being undercut quite heavily because he's got the new Summer Heat card. So I want to get him flipped on quite quick. I don't want to hold him for too long, but I reckon I can get maybe 135 to 140 overnight on him minimum. So it's really nice to net Ibrahimovic. I was very, very happy with that. Buonanotte, we picked one for 34k. Now I'm going to show you his prices and give you an idea of what the thinking is when you look at these cards. So you've got a 37k there. You've got 35,500. He's in and around about 34 to 35k. The reason why I like this guy, and it's quite important this as well, is because outside of chemistry styles, you also have position changes. And as everyone knows, cam to CF and CF to cam, I think it is, or those ones, are expensive. They've also got a value. So I don't mind paying a little bit more for this Buonanotte because he has a position change on him already. I can account for that as well as the hunter that's on him. So for him, for example, we'll look to get sort of about 45k for him is the aim. Whether we get that or not is another matter. But we're going to aim to get sort of 45k for him. We're going to get this Ibra listed up for 140 for 12 hours. The other one should have been for 12 hours as well because I'm coming off the game now. We're going to go for 140 for 12 hours. And hope we get the size. Got Hunt on him, so he should do. We picked up this Roberto Firmino. He was, what was he, 28,500 on him. So I'm a little look at his Footbin price currently after 6 PM. I bought a few of them before 6 PM. Just because I thought, you know what, there's no harm in trying to have a little look and see what they're saying at the moment. And he's currently at 29k, which isn't too bad at all. Again, thing about him, he's got a centre mid card, and obviously that adds to his value massively because position change again. Very good, decent value on him. So, I mean, if he's at 29, 28 now, we're looking at, I think we're going to try and push for this. We're going to try and push for like 38, see if we can get that for him. But this is essentially what we've been doing for the last, like, I don't know how long it was. Just picking up as many of these cards as possible. And Babu picked up for 37. Tellez, 87 card for 24k. That's the first other card. That's not actually one of them. Guerrero for 29. Where's the rest of these guys gone? Oh, there they are. And Perisic. Let's talk about Perisic. Firstly, Cam Hunter, fine, 29k. And then as I did this, I just checked through and see what he did. He had two very big undercuts at 21 and then 15k on this one here. Now, at the moment, he's come down a little bit. I did just check a minute ago. But he's not down significantly at all. 28 there. So even just as a standard, I've made profit on this Perisic. Because I'm going to list this one up now. Where's that? What is going on? What's just happened there? This game is so broken at the moment. It's ridiculous. We're good. Right, fine. This one here. I list him up now for like 27k and he'll sell for 12 hours. He'll definitely sell. So that's not too much problem. This one here, I list up for 27,500. Again, he'll sell. We'll make profit standing of those. As you're doing it, just check for undercuts. Always have a little look. Don't just get hung up on the fact it has to be a chem style. If you see a fat undercut like that, buy it. And in this Perisic here, he's at like moment in and around sort of like the 30k. So again, I'm going to try and sort of push for 37 overnight with him. I know he can be a bit of a harder sell again because he has got the left mid card, which is something. Is he listed? And again, we picked up another carer, as you saw them earlier on, because we know that's a good deal. We've got a very good deal on that one. We go 31, 250 on that. But I'm going to list all these cards up. Hopefully you'll see in the morning quite a few of them having sold for decent profit. And then that essentially is how you trade with special cards. I'll probably repeat this process again tomorrow to make even more coins. And then we'll look at icons and silver cards later in the week for you guys to make some more coins. But that is going to be the end of this segment of the video. Not the end of the video. End of this segment of the video. I'll see you in the morning, hopefully, when a lot of this stuff has sold. I will speak to you then. So it's the next morning now. And as you can see, we've got some sold stuff on the transfer pile. Just want to show you, this is how easy it is. Those two Perisic's have sold, Mbappe has sold, Kera sold, Teller sold straight away, Guerrero, Kabak. This Ibrahimovic we picked up for 122, so for 140, you got 11,000 coins profit on him alone. Firmino sold. We've still got, I think, 7 more to sell, so that's another bit of profit. But for what was essentially about 20 minutes work for me, now admittedly I'm using the site, but you can use Footbin, and it will elongate the process, and sometimes you'll miss out on deals because you're checking Footbin, but I always say it's better to let a potential good deal go than buy someone in a rush and panic and buy them. But let's say you did it in an hour. You did what I did yesterday in 1 hour. And once you eventually get the other 7 sold in this, you're looking at about 120 to 130,000 coins profit over the course of maybe an hour's work. And it's ridiculously easy. It's not hard. More and more at the moment, people are listing up these cards without accounting for both chemistry styles, so Shadows and Hunter. But always remember the added value that a position change has as well. Always be mindful of that. It's so important. Especially if that position change has a Hunter or a Shadow on it. It does massively value that card. You can always overlist those cards because people will lazy buy them. Because what you have to think about is, I think it's cam to CF, CF to cam. I think they're the ones that are really expensive. You have to snipe those to get them. And a lot of people just can't be bothered or simply cannot do it. A lot of people can't out-snipe people. And so they get to a stage where like, well, I need this player to play cam or CM or whatever it is. I'm just going to go and buy it now. I'm just going to go and buy that player. And they'll find one, which is probably your one, maybe one more on the market, with a centre forward to Hunter on it, or whatever it is, a CM and a Hunter on it. And they'll just pay the extra 5k you've added as a premium on there for you to make coins. Just be mindful. We're trading special cards at the moment. Make sure you try and get these sold off before Wednesday 6 p.m. because inherently there's going to be a drop in the market and like inevitably a drop in the market once those cards come out. But just, yeah, essentially just hammer it out. Do what you can to make coins. It's trial and error. Use this part of FIFA now as trial and error to learn how the market goes up and down. You'll see it overnight. You'll see the rise overnight. You'll see different points in the day where it goes up and down. Don't panic if your card suddenly, let's say you buy a Perisic and suddenly it's down at 22k during the day because players naturally fluctuate during the day depending on how many players are on the game. So whatever you do, don't panic in that sense. But just try it out. Get an idea for it, get a feel for it, and then that'll enable you moving into FIFA 21 to have some idea of the market knowledge because they tend to act in the same way, just relevant to the FIFA. There are changes in FIFA, don't get me wrong, but they tend to act the same way anyway. But yeah, that is how you trade with special cards, and that is how you make a lot of coins very quickly on this game. It isn't difficult, I promise you that now. Don't feel like you need to go out and buy a 122,000 coin Ibrahimovic. You don't. I picked him up because I knew it was a good deal, but you can stick to the lower end. The cards that I paid like 15, 16,000 coins for, 20,000 coins for, to make quite big profit overnight. It's making you profit overnight when you're sleeping. You're doing nothing on this game. You're literally in the land of Nod, and while you're doing that, your cards are selling and making you profit. Think of it as an investment, and bang, you wake up in the morning, you've made yourself 70, 80, 90, 100k profit, which is straight away into your club. Repeat that a few days in a row, you're looking at $500,000 profit. It's not hard at all. But that is going to be the end of the video. If you are new around here, please do consider subscribing down below, clicking the like button, all that good stuff. It's massively appreciated. But for now, lads, I am out. Peace out. I will speak to you soon.